when you look at previous quotes of Starmer, where he has been very open to the benefits that come with the migration of people into the country.
Yeah.
And so I kind of think that shows a lack of a sort of certain brittleness that, when he was asked about this at the news conference today, he could have easily said, look, yeah, I've seen that the uncontrolled numbers that we've seen in the past 3 or 4 years have been a disaster for the kind of unity of this country, the ties that bind us together. This has to be addressed.
Yeah, I mean, I think you can go in and talk about control and contribution, i.e. we need to have these controls and we need to recognise the contribution. He has opted, certainly in this speech, just to talk about control. And the language of taking back control, the language of ending an experiment. I mean, the question of the lab and the experiment, as if this was.
Well, it sounds like Frankenstein's monster, doesn't it?
Exactly. I mean, I think that's what he's going for, isn't it? That there's only one party that can do it. And maybe you have to ask yourself, if you had to have a hardline immigration system from any party, would it be the party that traditionally veers towards compassion but is hardening up, or the party like Reform that traditionally veers towards a lack of compassion and probably incompetence when they actually get into power?
Look, the basic calculation is there are no votes to be lost in sounding tough on immigration right now.
Yeah.
And whilst there'll be people on the left of the Labour Party who will condemn him, he'll probably enjoy that, just as Tony Blair at times enjoyed it when the left said you're going too much towards the Conservatives. It helped him to make his argument that this was a change. And I think that Starmer is trying to signal that the Labour government is going to be really tough on some of these issues. Now, whether care homes will be able to function and whether crops will get picked from the fields, and whether, when we went to Clacton last summer, Emily, when, Farage launched his campaign, and you looked around the constituency and you thought, well, the pier would shut down, which is where he launched his campaign, if all the foreign workers left.
To be fair, that's what they told us, is that they used to have a thriving hospitality industry, restaurants open, catering, all the rest of it, and that had now pretty much collapsed because they couldn't get workers in.
Exactly. And so the idea that this is just a simple thing saying, right, we're going to turn off the tap and British people will fill those jobs, well, good luck with that.
I mean, good luck with that, I suppose, doesn't answer the whole question, which is, do we want more of our jobs to be homegrown? Of course you do. But to start getting those results, you have to stop treating care work as if it was, filling up popcorn in a cinema. It shouldn't be seen as unskilled. It shouldn't be seen as unimportant. It should be seen as actually deeply important work that provides help for the most vulnerable people in society, right? So if you want to get people at home to do it, you have to pay more. We know that. You also have to actually treat it as a skill that people aspire to have, as opposed to saying, oh, we're taking away your benefits, go and work in a care home. I mean, that's not going to be great for anyone. If I had elderly parents that were going into a care home right now, I'd be absolutely terrified. I would be absolutely terrified, because what you're doing is you're turning off the tap of people who are qualified, who do want to come, who will do it with care. And at the moment, you've just got a black hole which isn't going to be filled with anyone in the UK, either because they don't want to do it or because they're not getting paid enough to make it worthwhile coming off the benefits to actually do that. So that's not great.
The Newsagents. This is a Global Player original podcast.